Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's daily assignment document. The first thing you'll notice that today's daily assignment document is divided into two parts for different people. The left section is for hybrid learners at school today, as well as distance learners, people that are at home every day. The right section is for hybrid learners that are at home today. So I'm going to start with the left section, hybrid learners at school and distance learners. Now, both groups last time should have completed pages 3 and 4 in your design packet, which is the prototype sketch, using, again, the design packet as well as the presentation as a resource, which is linked there. Today, what we're going to be doing is defining two new terms, repetition and contrast. I've linked those here. And we're also going to be starting our final laser engraved charger. I have those printed out for you, and you can choose amongst 3 different versions. So let's look at some of the details. So as I mentioned, I have 3 different versions to choose from, or that you can choose from for your cardboard charger. Reminder, the prototype sketch that you did is probably much smaller than the cardboard version, so you want to make sure everything is significantly larger, maybe 1.5 to 2 times larger. When you are drawing, you are going to be using pencil first to redraw your objects, and then outline in Sharpie marker, and then erase the marks that you don't need. Then you can use other markers or oil pastels or colored pencils to fill in your objects. And then you can use other colors such as colored pencils or things to fill in the background. It's ultimately up to you what medium you want to use, depending if you're at home or if you're at school. Now, as you are working on the first step, which is the pencil, Sharpie, and erasing, I want to talk a little bit about how to use repetition and contrast. Repetition can be used with color schemes or shapes. The color scheme is a repetition of colors to create a consistent color scheme. So if we look at Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night, you can see that these are a range of different blues and a couple yellows. Relatively consistent color scheme. If we look at shapes here, shapes are repetition of similar shapes, patterns, or values to create a cohesive and unified artwork. You could argue that this has a repetition of lines with these kind of curved, dashed lines here. And this consistently uses line segments or rectangles in their color scheme here. So make sure you think about repeating shapes and colors in your project for your final. Contrast. Contrast is a difference in color, value, size, and texture in artwork. This can give your artwork a specific focal point where the audience's eye is drawn to. And as a result, the elements used in an artwork or a work of art can become more powerful. So if we look at this artwork, which is titled Girl with a Pearl Earring, the background is completely black to really contrast and allow her face to pop out, especially with the highlight or the spotlight technique here. If we look at Vincent van Gogh's still life portrait of flowers, you can see the background is the opposite of black. It's bright, warm yellow colors here to kind of contrast the cool color scheme of the flowers here. So think about how you can sprinkle contrast throughout your work to make it more high quality. So as you're working, make sure you think about these pro tips for repetition and color when applying your work to the pencil, Sharpie, and eraser version, and then as you work on the color version. So that is what people who are at school today or distance learners are going to be doing. You're going to be completing the pencil portion of the final project, and then if you have time, starting to add the marker and color pencil and details. Here's what the people on the right are going to be doing. You have the same steps from last time, but the difference is, since you're not at school today, you're going to have the opportunity to start the artist statement. And then when you come in the next day, you'll do the cardboard version in school. So there is going to be an artist statement activity that you're going to be starting. So make sure that you have, you take a look at that. The artist statement is down here. You can click on that. And there's also going to be a Deborah Butterfield art making activity that is linked in the slideshow presentation right here that you can look at for further details. It'll be right here for further details. And to complete the artist statement, which is the first step, it'll be right here. I'll leave more information, like I said, with the Deborah Butterfield here, right here. So today's goals for the right, if you are hybrid learners at home today, you are going to be writing the artist statement and then working next on the Deborah Butterfield art making activity. Now, what I forgot to mention, people on the left here, you might say, wait a minute, distance learners, how am I doing the cardboard horse if I don't have it? You have two options. I have left a pile of the cardboard laser engraved chargers in the office that you can pick up at any time at your convenience. Or instead, you can do the final with paper and pencil and color pencils in that way. But realize that if you do it that way, it will not be displayed in the hallways. If you have any questions, please let me know via email or video conference. Thank you.